Hello everyone. So today in this video I want to talk about eazyBI, and from time to time of course I make videos on eazyBI, and today I thought I'll probably show you something very simple and interesting. Now when you are working with eazyBI of course, in case you don't know, is a very popular, powerful app that you can install both on Jira Data Center and also on Jira Cloud to create wonderful reports. And eazyBI is by far my most favorite app. In fact, if you have to, let us say, give me a choice, Ravi, can you tell me your top three apps? So I'll definitely, of course, I guess you all know my number one app is Scriptner, because Scriptner can do a lot of things. But when it comes to using the information that we have in Jira, we need to make reports. And eazyBI is one such app that can let you create wonderful reports that are dynamic. And the main reason that I like eazyBI is that is not only you can create your own reports, but there are endless possibilities. So you can write your own calculated measures, and the way you can use those measures to pick up things that are basically going to help you in understanding what is happening in your project. So there are various things that you can do, and of course I will share those things today. I'll probably show you how to create a simple list of issues. Now in eazyBI, this is especially for people who are new to eazyBI, and although eazyBI can do few things that are quite obvious. For example, if you just want to list the list of, let us say, epics, right? So what you would probably do is you will probably, I'm sure you must have watched videos, so you'll probably drag issues to your rows, and okay, you have the issues, and maybe you just want to maybe expand it, or maybe you just want to first focus on the issue type, and you can maybe then select here, okay, let me select here epic, right? So this is of course going to give you 19 epics, which is fine, and you can expand it, and of course it will give you some further breakup, or you can just go to the issues and you can maybe click on the issue itself, so it will actually list all the epics for you. But this is something that definitely you can do, it will work, but there are some limitations with this approach. First of all, in case, and of course this is of course a list of epics, but what if you want to further or maybe you just want to display the status of those epics, right? So you would probably think, okay, I'll probably drag the status somewhere, right? And I'll also expand the status. So the moment you bring two measures in your column or rows, the table that you will get is going to show you or give you numbers, which is probably fine. But what we need to do, it will work. I mean, it is a bit like two-dimensional statistics filter that we have in Jira. But what we ideally want to do is we ideally want to create a list of epics, that is it, with some additional fields that you may want to focus on. So what I will do is I'll simply drag the issue one more time. Now, good thing about Jira is in case you want to focus on epics, you can actually select here epic, right? And it will give you the list of epics. But wonderful thing about this table is that it is expandable. Now this is great. Now we know that we have 237 issues without any epic. Three of them, or basically this particular epic has 3 items under it, which you can see straight away. Now, problem with this, it's not a problem, it's something that you want to improve. Now you want some more information. So you may want to know the type of this. Let us say you want to click on this launch iOS app, or maybe this one, because launch Android app. So you have 14 items. Now you don't really know whether this is a bug or a story or maybe a subtask. I mean, the subtasks are obvious because they're the lowest level, but you want to know the type. So what you can do is you can go to the measures. And good thing about these measures is that you can actually calculate, you can actually define your own calculated measures, which I briefly discussed in a few of my videos. But today, let us just simply focus on the issue properties. Now what we need to do, we need to select here issue status. So you will find something here, or maybe first issue type and then issue status. And if you come back to your table, you have the issue status, and you also have the, or let us focus on the type first. And now we know that this is my epic, the status is done, but under this epic I have maybe a story with further 10 subtasks. So this is wonderful because now you have a table which you can of course display any way you want, maybe on your dashboard, but at the same time it is also telling you something about maybe what all epics you have. Now, of course, you can do further things because this list might be massive. So ideally, what you may want to do is you may want to maybe use the sprint. Maybe you want to filter it by sprint, or maybe you just want to filter it by the project. Project, I believe, I think it makes sense because you may want to know the project. You may want to filter it by project. So maybe if you select Android here, or maybe something else, so you can do that. So this is something that I believe is quite useful. At the same time, you may want to, of course, know the let us see the assignee, right? So let us take a look at the assignee, but not the assignee as a measure, like a separate measure. Just use the issue assignee. So you can see here straight away the issue assignee, which I believe is most of them are unassigned, which is sad, right? So maybe you just want to also bring your assignee somewhere in your pages, like a filter. So this is very powerful because you can do a lot of wonderful things with this particular issue properties and also the user-defined calculated measures. For example, you may want to also display here, maybe within this, let us say, list of epics, how many stories are there with a specific label. So you can actually do those things. Of course, that is a bit complicated, so I don't really want to go get into the details of that in this video. But if you just want to take a look at some of the other issue properties, maybe you want to look at the issue created date, or maybe issue due date, maybe if you have a due date, or maybe the original estimate field, because that is definitely original estimated hours. And if you take a look at the agile measures, you may have story points maybe created. At the same time, you may also want to take a look at the time spent, right? Or maybe the work. Yeah, I'm sure there is something called as time spent or hours spent here. So now if you go back to your table, it is now, of course, doing a lot of things. But now we have something very useful because not only you can see the original time estimate, the story points created, but also the hours spent, which is actually going to give you a lot of information. And of course, if we go back to our dashboard, maybe one of our dashboard, maybe we'll just modify the dashboard here, or maybe I'll just add a new dashboard called Agile dashboard, right? And I'll add a report here called where is my report? Where is my report? List all epics. Yep, perfect. So this is like a wonderful report that's actually telling, because this view is actually very difficult to get. I'm sure in Jira you can get, of course, list of epics, and this time estimate field, the original estimate field, if you actually click on it, it is actually rolled up view, which is wonderful. So this is something that eazyBI will do for you very easily. And this is actually one of my favorite thing, because usually when people are logging their effort, they are, of course, doing it maybe at the story, usually, of course, at the story level. I mean, epic is probably fine because at the epic level, they just want to maybe do high level estimation. But later on, you can see the actual time that people are logging, or maybe you can later on modify the epic's original time estimate or original estimate field. So this view is of course going to give you a lot of starting points, and now it is up to you where you want to take this for of course your wonderful reporting to deliver your project. All right, that is all I wanted to focus on and talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new. Thank you very much. Bye bye.